Okay, good morning, everybody. It's still morning here, almost 11. We're sitting here at the pad, Boca Chica. It looks like they're getting ready to move serial number 15 back onto a launch pad. There just to check it out, to test or what? Let me see if I can move to a different location. Down. Because I have bad coverage here. Sorry for the angle. I'm driving to see if I can get further down the road here and hopefully have some type of signal. It's so hard to find parking down this other end. Oh, there goes the camera. Everybody's lined up on the road. All of them got their cameras and everything, filming and watching. Okay. Slightly different angle for now. Question is, can you hear me? How's it sound? I don't know what, if it's using the mic on the phone or the earbuds. You can see them working on the test nose cone, and they have the straps on serial number 15. Let me go get my stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I guess y'all couldn't hear me while I'm in the car. So these Google Pixel earbuds are not working for the live stream, I guess. closures today, but I am thinking it may be because they're getting ready to pull this stuff across the street, which would make sense. Cleaning up of serial number 11. Let's go for a walk, see if we can get a better view, better angle while we're here. Like Louisiana, when it gets some rain, these mosquitoes are terrible. Lizard running across the ground. So we see that serial number 15 has been moved over to the pad area. And it looks like they're going to be lifting it back up onto launch pad B. So this is the first time the straps have been connected to it since it landed. hear them cutting pieces of SN11. Trying to break it up. I need to adjust this so you have the same view as I'm looking at in the camera. massive barrier to help protect the fuel farm. They're still working on the fuel farm to fuel the orbital launches of the Starships. They use the transporters to drive the Starship over for the crane to attach to it. The guys are working on the pad behind it, getting ready to mount it eventually. While they're working on the Starship over here, getting ready to lift it. Not sure exactly when they're going to lift it, but we'll try to catch that for y'all. But they're also working on recovering pieces to serial number 11. The remains of serial number 11. Yes, it's still out there. Ground's finally drying up enough where they can get out there easier without getting stuck. Taking some pictures here. We got some more stuff way out there that they're working on gathering. They're cutting it up. I say let's put some explosives on it. Wait till the 4th of July, put some explosives on it, blow it up. Get back over here. trying to stay connected here. Sorry, we keep losing connection. I think the phone's overheating. here. Yeah. Still picking up pieces from serial number 11. The flight that shouldn't have been. We should have waited for a clearer view of that one. It is hot out here. It is humid out here. And the mosquitoes are terrible out here. The rain has not helped. In Louisiana, we know the rain makes mosquitoes even worse. It's 11:45. Road closures in about 15 minutes. Trying to keep the camera cool, the phone cool, so it won't keep disconnecting. And what is this little guy there driving around? Okay, might want to look in to see what that guy is. Not the guy, the actual vehicle. Boomag. They may be just moving the test rig back to the high bay area. It is on the transformer they brought down here the other day. I wonder just how all these employees feel with everybody watching them. Let me see if I can get y'all up a little higher. Now I can't see the phone myself. Now seeing those messages. I'm trying to get some nice views here. Also trying not to melt. recall seeing anybody crossing the street. But I'm wondering where everybody disappeared to. Take it in the junction, maybe? Just a joke. It is crazy out here. Everybody's showing up to take pictures. Everybody moving here from other states just to film this and cover it. I'm trying to do what I can with what little I have. There's always so much going on here. I don't know if you can see them, but you even have people out there on the dunes taking pictures, watching. Somebody out over there with the camera. I hope he works for SpaceX. If not, he's not supposed to be out there. Protected federal property. There's actually a warrant out for somebody's arrest because they ran over onto the pad and took a picture of the Starship. And that's a $2,000 fine here in Texas. And possible jail time. Maybe with the FAA surveying, still investigating the mishap. Back closer to the road here. You heard about that warrant for the guy's arrest?
Oh yeah, the trespasser?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes, they said they need up their security game on the other side where they needed to. I don't know what they probably did now.
Oh, I mean, it's a shame. They haven't opened to us to come out here and watch and stuff. And you get people out there who just, they're risking it. It won't take much for SpaceX just to shut down this road and say no more.
Yeah. Well, it may be a public highway, but yeah, SpaceX incorporates this with a legal city, Starbase, Texas. It gives them more powers over the road.
Oh yeah. And it's going to be like a private city, so.
Yeah, it gives them their own police force and a lot of jurisdiction over more road closures and all sorts of stuff. Eminent domain.
A lot of jobs available at SpaceX.
A lot of jobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it must have what 2,000 to 3,000 jobs over the next couple of years.
Well, if you go to SpaceX site, you'll see all the jobs,
Oh yeah, I was looking a little bit.
security and everything.
Yeah.
Bartenders.
Yeah. Yeah, we got cooks for the restaurant and all that.
The interesting thing, there was a person, is a food delivery service called Favor in Texas. And there was a person who did favor deliveries to SpaceX quite a bit. SpaceX has finally just hired him personally, and he just keeps all the restaurants and stuff in stock
Oh wow.
for SpaceX. So he went from just doing several deliveries here to all of a sudden working there permanently.
Yeah. Pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah, some people keep trying to say that SpaceX is taking everybody's jobs, but I cannot tell you how many people here are locals.
Oh yeah.
They're giving them more jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like welding something under there.
Yeah, something welding up top, down below.
That seems kind of strange if they're going to transport it.
Yeah, maybe making it more secure.
Well, I don't think they're welding it to the transport. But it would make sense for them to be moving that. I'm wondering if we need to move.
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay here until they tell us.
Yeah.
They have the white cones. They might push us to the last white cone.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, all these cars shouldn't be here.
So which was your favorite launch?
Yeah, I mean, I've only been, I was here for SN11 in person. I mean, I've watched all of them online.
Oh, I loved the SN11. That was a beautiful launch.
Yeah. About that.
I wish if I would have went to that road between Fortesville and Brownsville,
Oh, yeah.
because you would have seen 11 then
Oh, yeah.
when it went over the cloud.
Yeah, Trevor Malvin, he got shot.
I think he was the only one up around there.
Yeah. Is that where he was at?
Yeah. Judging by his picture, that's where he was at. But yeah, I was down there in Isablanca Park, and the photographer for Reuters was standing right next to me. He didn't even start the camera. He's like, they're not going to launch. They're not going to launch. Sure
I
enough.
recorded the whole thing, but it was just all fog. Actually, I went back and looked at my footage, and when it blew up, there was kind of a pulse of flash in the clouds. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I might have to double check mine too.
Yeah, go back and look at right at the explosion. There was you can tell there was a pulse in the clouds. It was like a pulse, kind of faint.
Well, even for 15, I mean, I was over there filming, and there was a few people that were still trying to get a glimpse of it doing the flip maneuver and stuff. And I'm like, you're not going to see it. Just put the camera back to the landing pad.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm timing it, but their timing was off. So
Yeah, I had my camera for the launch a few seconds, and then I just shifted it to the left to the landing pad. Just let it sit there.
now, what was funny is my live stream that I have going from the hotel room. I had one camera pointed over here. A wild guess. I could see nothing but fog.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I was setting up before I left. Took a wild guess, and then when I went back and watched the footage, it was dead center. It was like, okay, perfect, and in focus.
Sweet.
Very lucky lineup there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The thing that's frustrating is that it looks like, yeah, they're going to put 15 on the pad, but when? Today?
Anytime.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
And it was the other day, I'm sitting there, I got back to the hotel room, I looked at the camera, I'm like, where did the test cone go? In the fog. So I had to roll back and, okay, I caught it moving across. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I saw it on the Lab Padre. I have that Lab Padre feed just about 24/7 on one of my.
I wouldn't mind getting some of that equipment that they have, but
Oh yeah.
it's kind of it's overwhelming.
That's a lot of money. We got.
I mean, I'm staying at the Holiday Inn Resort on the 6th floor, and I have a nice shot, nice angle. I can see the high bay and everything.
That's cool.
On a clear day, I can see into it and all that.
That was great.
And I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset.
Oh yeah. Wow. I don't know if he needs that now. He's got his own studio in Port Isabel. Right? Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, he makes massive money off all this streaming. He's making millions. That's where he bought a house in Port Isabel. He's got. He's what? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, he's making killing. Holy cow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah.
I think it's maddening.
Yes, it is.
It's getting crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, just yesterday, I just got approved for the YouTube partner program on monetization. I haven't taken a penny off it yet, but maybe. I think they said you take like every 10,000 views, you get like $6. You need so many views to make money. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I've done. Yeah, I've been Uber and Lyft driver for 2.5 years. Crazy. Pre-pandemic. And then Chicago, Florida, Michigan.
It's kind of crazy, but work every IT build. My doctor needs something with network. I want you to be there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like when I got the Tesla.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the tax benefits. Yeah.
So a little bit of money, $5,000.
I'll look down.
Using Uber.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Holy cow.
Is that harness comfortable for you?
Not really, man.
It's hard to find a good harness. I used to do a lot of rock climbing. It's like that main thing. You don't want to be up there on a rock. Oh, that's kind of adjust.
Yeah.
But I see a couple of the guys every now and then over there at Kilo Sunsets. They still have their harness on and drinking, but they still don't take off.
Yeah. I can't do that. Every chance I get, I take it off.
Oh yeah. It's like watching paint dry sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, it's maddening because I get the and everything's stable or level. And a couple minutes later, it's not level anymore.
It looks like that has a little bit of a narrower stance.
Well, I got it pushed in now.
Oh, okay, how it pushes
So I'm trying to, stance
yeah,
like that. But then it's not level anymore, so.
Oh, can you adjust the legs?
Yeah, I kept doing that, but that kept being a hassle, so it's easier just to adjust this away.
Yeah. The problem I have is the wind shake when you zoom in with this camera and see how the wind gets me close.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm going to invest in some better hardware here eventually.
Yeah, that's all here. I might start using a sandbag. It's got a hook.
Yeah.
Put a weight to lay it down.
Yeah, right here.
Oh yeah.
Usually whenever I'm set up to do any type of filming, I just put the backpack on there.
Oh yeah, that works.
Saves having to carry a bunch of sandbags with me.
Yeah.
But I guess around here all you need is just the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
And a small shovel.
Yeah.
But it's also, like I said, it hasn't been easy coming down here for just the 3 days and now starting to do all this. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and buy a laptop. Let's do this. Meanwhile, at home, I have so many computers around, tons of network. It's like, oh, do I want to drive home and pick it up or not? Do I want to spend that day driving home and back?
Ship it to?
I can't get someone to cut my grass, much less go in my house and grab some equipment. And most of my computers are full systems. I have a nice octa-core system with 128 gigs of RAM,
Oh wow.
12 terabytes of storage.
Okay.
My NAS has 62 terabytes of storage. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it's a pretty hefty setup.
Well, when you work in the computer field and have so many different servers of different flavors, keeping images and backups of everything is
That's what I'm running into too, is trying to back up all my stuff. Yeah, I signed up for this iDrive service and then use a Flickr Pro. I'm trying to keep most of my stuff backed up. It's kind of time consuming.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's hard because I have, for the iPhone, the iDrive, iCloud, Microsoft Cloud, Google Pictures, Google Photos. Got to keep those at high res. Don't let it downgrade them.
Yeah.
How many go out back? I mean, it's like every time I get back to the hotel, it's uploading.
Yeah. I'm still learning the video editing. It's kind of time consuming too.
Yeah, the different video editing software, depending on which ones you use, gets confusing and difficult. And for me, like I say, trying to make ends meet doing Uber all the time, I'm not sitting at the laptop. So I wind up just doing everything on my iPhone.
Oh, cool.
But that means having to transfer things with my iPhone and edit the videos there. And there's some things I do not like about iMovie. iMovie will not let me change voiceover. It always fades in and fades out at the end.
Oh well.
So if I try to do several different voiceovers, it's constantly fading in and fading out. There's no place to turn off the fade in.
Oh well.
It's like
each software.
yeah. And then it's like to try to come up with content. You know, what do I want to say that someone else hasn't already said?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got into the whole voiceover and talking yet. Just try to provide kind of updates every few days.
The visuals, yeah.
Yeah. Little video clips and photos.
And you know, even the hardest thing for me is I know people who work here. I know a lot of stuff here that people don't know,
Nice.
and I can't talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's like, what can I talk about that is not giving out information that's not public yet?
Yeah.
And you know, since I know them and since I consider them friends, you know, they value my trust. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But even when I was in the Coast Guard, you know, we had stuff like that. I was in the, you know, they knew I knew computers, so all of a sudden I had clearance to use the teletype. So one day the chief at the station gives me a stack of paper and tells me to send that, but don't read it. Okay, I sit there and type it in. I sent it. Next day he comes back fussing at me because I didn't correct his spelling. I'm like, I didn't read it. He's like, well, how did you send it? I looked at every individual letter. I never put the words together, so how can I correct your spelling? He was like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah. You told me not to read it, so I didn't.
Very good.
Okay, we're coming up shortly after 12.
Still well doing something underneath.
Well, is there anything going on at the high bay?
Yeah, I was there. It didn't look like they were moving anything. They were doing a lot of work at the high bar. They're lifting glass and stuff up to the top.
Yeah, they're gonna need one of the cranes to get the tequila up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a killer view when they get done.
The Tesla tequila.
Yeah, it's pretty high dollar stuff.
Yeah, that sold out so quickly too.
It was like what, almost like $200 a bottle.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, might have been 250.
But it's like, yeah, the first camera head I had, or yeah, the camera mount I had wasn't too good at tracking, so I upgraded, and since I got the better head, haven't had one that I had to track.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I had like a gimbal type thing too I started with, and it was kind of jittery track. So I upgraded to this.
And I keep thinking, if I go home, I get that box of robotic parts I have, and I can make one that automatically tracks for me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Now, yours is a fluid head?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the pan and tilt fluid adjusters.
Cosmic Perspective, right?
What's that?
Your channel, Cosmic? Your channel?
Oh, Starship Gazer.
Oh, Starship Game, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I haven't even made a penny off of it yet. But hopefully, I mean, I just got approved, literally just yesterday for the YouTube partner program.
Oh yeah, that's not that small then.
But yeah.
Yeah, I believe you have to have 4,000 hours of viewing hours.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours.
I mean, I have over 1,000 subscribers, but when I'm looking at it, I only have 390 viewing hours.
Oh wow.
It doesn't go by the lifetime. It goes only in the past year.
Yeah, the past 12 months.
But even then, that doesn't sound right because in the past year, when I look at it, I'm over 1,000 hours. So I'm thinking it's only after the first year after you reach 1,000. I don't think they're counting the ones before 1,000.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's up to 1,000. I'll just for a few weeks.
No, I mean, I don't think the hours start counting until you hit that 1,000 mark.
Yeah, it might be it.
I still haven't had any videos that reached my first few videos back in 2012 when I was playing EVE Online.
Yeah, I put a lot of time on EVE Online. That was my game for a while.
You weren't a member of the Goons, were you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in Providence.
So you know the Matati, right?
Hey, Matani. Yeah.
You heard of the Wiz, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm the one he got on stage in Iceland and told everybody to get me to commit suicide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, holy cow.
I still get crank calls today. 10 years later.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Most of them all Russians call me.
I've been out of it for a few years.
Yeah. At one time, when he started that, I was running 10 accounts, mining.
4.
And after that, I got up to 150 accounts.
Holy cow.
I had people showing up, watching my guys undock. Just 100. I mean, I had 5 computers all set up, running and all the accounts maximized, and just hit undock, minimize, undock. It was like playing the piano. Just the ship's just streaming out.
Nice.
So
yeah, you can get pretty intense, pretty involved.
Oh, it can. It definitely can. It's a real economy in that game.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I used to build all kinds of stuff. I built my own Titan and Supercarrier, and built the Nix and the Erebus.
Yeah, I built a few of those too. The worst thing is I had so many accounts and tunes, and the Goons are always trying to gank me. They didn't know that one of their guys was me. I got one of my guys into their group, so it's like I knew what they were doing before they were doing.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Spy game.
Yeah, it's amazing how people can get carried away with that so much.
No, you're good.
I even knew a guy who spent 3.5 years infiltrating another corporation.
Oh yeah, so it was good.
And getting their trust, and once they got their trust one night when all the members are offline, he emptied the docks and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, that's playing the long game, man. That's playing the long game. And even then, I still have to log in every now and then. I still have to bring up some of my guys. I'm still here.
Yeah, I want to. I need to get back on there. So I haven't logged in for like 3 years.
I have enough plexes in storage to be able to bring 15 guys online for 2 years.
Wow. Yeah, that's nice.
You know, it's like, dude, I want to, It's still maddening that when you get onto a game like that and you log in, you think that you're playing with 20,000+ all over the world.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I love the fleet. That is countless fleets.
And those late night roams were just fun sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Get into gate camping or get roaming through Mulsa. Wormhole action.
Oh yeah. And it was fun just to kind of occasionally get on. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna grab one of a decent cheap ship. I got plenty of them. And just see how far I can go.
Yeah.
Sit there and have some bets with some friends. Okay, 120 jumps. And see just how far we can go into low sec, null sec.
Get pretty far with a proper fit interceptor.
I mean, you jump to the gate, you start uncloaking, you hit that warp, your heart's pounding. It's like, oh, I got away. Well, yeah, it's amazing how a game can just make your heart race so much, you know?
Yeah, he's awesome.
The worst thing is I started playing when they first started that game back in like 2002.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of stopped. And then it was like many years later, I'm like, what was the name of that game? Never could remember the login or what the original tune was.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I'm kind of trying to avoid logging in, so I know what a time sink it is.
Oh yeah.
I'll lose too much time if I log in.
And you got all the people out there automating so much stuff, it's not funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just got an email the other day for their like 18th anniversary. Like, quite a while for the game.
Yeah, and it's still surprising how few people know about the game.
Yeah, I loved it. They're quite a
It had its own little niche. And I had someone saying, well, just kids play games. I'm like, no, kids don't play Eve.
yeah.
Unless they're very bright kids, there's a lot of math about, you break out the spreadsheets, man.
Yeah, spreadsheets on.
But I remember many a times, they would go after me because they think I'm just a miner, an ice miner, nothing else. And I had someone who, in the game, war decked me. Oh, thank you very much. Somebody on my live stream just streamed to Starship Haze or two.
Oh, cool.
So
Sweet.
I was trying to remember what the name of the channel was so they can subscribe. He does great footage too. But I remember, I should have told you I'm streaming. It gets you views.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I remember one time a guy decided to war deck me. And I know their thoughts. He's a miner, no big, easy kills. And I have, with so many accounts, I have guys sitting on the other side of the gates, cloaked up, watching the gate. So I see this group of 30 war dogs just land on the gate. And I send all my guys to the gate. I have 75 ships out at sniper range, 35 Drakes on the gate with friend or foe missiles, so I don't have to worry about targeting.
Nice.
2 of them jumped through and all they typed was local, like, oh shit. They lasted like 2 seconds. I've never seen so many missiles. I mean, it created time dilation. So many missiles coming from those Drakes at the same time.
That'll do it.
And I found, I kept letting the CCP know about that. With that many accounts, if I log on simultaneously, all 150 accounts, time dilation immediately. They asked me not to do that. the same system all at the same time, it's going to create a time dilation.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gotten any better. That was always something that annoyed me all the time.
I think they beefed it up some since then.
It seems like they're always working on it, but it still kept getting
It's not easy to do in that environment. Other games, it's not that big of a deal because you're only playing 20, 30 people online. You're not dealing with 20,000 people. Yeah, it does look like they're almost ready to start moving that guy. But when that dump truck hit my car, it could not have been the worst possible time.
You got hit by dump truck?
There was no...
I've heard a few people get hit around here.
My insurance company kept trying to contact him. He didn't return the call until 15 when the ice storm was hitting. So my car was sitting there for an entire week. Could have been moved to get working on it if they would have responded. So if the ice storm hit in there, it was like another week before they even started thinking about moving it. So when I finally got up there, all the repair places were just inundated with so many cars from the storm. Now, you know, Italy's SpaceX, their sense of humor. They're going to start moving the test nose cone at the same time they start putting 15 on the launch pad. Which one would you rather watch?
Yeah, I'm going to stay for 15.
You know, stay for the 15 relaunch?
Well, it's for them to mount it.
Oh, to mount it?
Yeah, I'm not super interested in this test cone. Done with it, whatever. They did something, a little test, disassembled it, get rid of it.
A friend of mine that works over asked me what I thought it was. He cracked up at one of my guesses. I was just having fun with him. I'm like, it's a roll cage for the next launch. You know, do it like it's a hazard. That way it won't blow up.
Yeah, it was a pretty fancy contraption. Everybody showed a max Q testing, so when they start going like supersonic or hypersonic.
Yeah, but the problem is it worth spending that much money to do that as opposed to just go ahead and launching it?
Yeah, launch one, yeah.
I mean, the price of the Starship,
that's what I was thinking.
let's go ahead and do a launch and crank those engines up to 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the nose of the Starship does cause issues for re-entry and land, you know, guiding and what have you. But as far as the launch goes, it's too much like a bullet.
Yeah, that's when it gets real. They start upping the speed, velocity go higher and faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as pointy as a 5.56, but you know, more like a 9mm. I had someone the other day tell me I should start doing some videos on my guns. Have you been to the gun range out here?
No, yeah, I wanted to. The Macy's is pretty decent.
No, I haven't been out there. I keep thinking about bringing some of my guns over and going out there.
Yeah, I need to check it out. I just haven't taken the time.
The thing I really hate is that my kids are at home. That's my,
Oh, wow. Yeah, a couple of ARs. Oh, yeah, you got an AR pistol. build all the ARs myself. So. Yeah, that's awesome.
The scary thing is that, when I was in the Coast Guard, I made expert for 45, marksman 16. I could not qualify for shotgun. I can't hit anything with a shotgun to save my life. They were even saying that at the range, like, really? You missed? How did you miss that?
Yeah, I was in the Marines. I was called expert.
Oh, thank you for your service. Where were you stationed?
U-Bears in the Marine Corps Air Station. I was with the Harrier Squadron.
Did you get to see any action?
Did a 6-month deployment. Yeah, it was back in 2000.
Okay. Where were you deployed to?
That was to Kuwait. I went from San Diego to Kuwait, USS Tarawa. Spent 6 months on the ship. We're part of Operation Southern Watch in Iraq. Operation Iron Magic. We were there. I was there when the USS Cole got bombed. If you remember that.
Oh yeah.
Our ship was we were the first responders in the USS Cole.
Back in the 80s, when I was in the Coast Guard, I was in Chicago, Lake Michigan, search and rescue. But back then, I think it was, I am forgetting now. Was it Iraq or Iran that sent some missiles? They took out they hit a Coast Guard station over there.
Oh, really?
And we had orders, even in Chicago, to not to wear our uniforms, dressed in civilian gear at all times, and always be armed.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Looks like they're getting ready to move the test structure back to the high bay, probably for scrapping.
Yeah.
These starships, they are big enough that what they really should do after one's launched, instead of scrapping it, is to kind of gut it and put floors in there and have it as apartments.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving down so they can move the Starship test rig. Stay behind the chair. So. Yeah, I think it kind of feels like a sheep herder. Are you thinking about getting a Tesla? No.
What we drive right now until you can really go in on places, we drive a lot of places that really are no recharging.
You'll be surprised.
No,
I have a Tesla Model 3 standard range.
Yeah.
I put 72,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
That's hardly any place I've gone.
What's your range?
I only have a 240-mile range.
See, we're in the mountains.
Where?
So, in Colorado.
Colorado?
So you go out on like dirt roads and stuff, and you could be 80 miles just on the dirt road away from where there's even anything. So,
Just be in the mood.
but but
So cheap.
once it's a little further, then I would consider that. But
Here's all the superchargers throughout the.
so zoom in on.
Colorado.
Yeah, zoom in on like this section right in here, or actually we live right up in here, so this section here is a lot. So there's just not our house. Yeah, there's just not.
There's not that many superchargers, but there's always destination chargers.
Yeah.
They're slower,
Yeah.
but for me to drive from Lafayette, Louisiana to here, which is a 12-hour drive,
Stop once maybe.
it costs me $14.
That's awesome.
And the full self-driving makes it incredible. But the Cybertruck, yeah, that's definitely something you should go for. 500-mile range.
Yeah. No, I need the big range part.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It just keeps getting better.
But I mean, they're putting more and more superchargers out there, so it'll increase. There's already so many. The only place I ever had a problem with was Roswell, New Mexico. There's no superchargers up there.
Yeah.
So I had to charge up full in Texas. And when I got there's a McDonald's that has destination chargers. So while it charged destination, I went and checked out the museums. But so far I haven't had any problems getting anywhere. And yeah, you may have a little bit increased time in charging. I usually average 20 minutes at a supercharger. But everything else outweighs it, especially the full self-driving, not having to worry about it. Sorry, I did those. There's these people getting ready to get out of here. Huh? Yeah, I live near Lafayette, Louisiana. Oh, Lafayette. Lafayette, how do you say that? Came out in October for 3 days. I'm still here. After, 5 hurricanes last year, I was like, I need to get out of Louisiana. No, they're getting ready to move the test cone right now. It should be mounting 15, hopefully this afternoon. Number 15's over there. Okay, let me see if I can charge this without overheating the phone. Well, sorry about that. The phone keeps overheating, and when it overheats, it turns off the internet. So I can't recharge the phone right now because that causes more heat in the phone. Catch 22.